Hey guys, today I'm going to be going over sports betting, and we're going to go over a couple definitions, and also by the end of it, we're going to actually talk about incorporating that into this betting system that I use when I make sports bets. And then, if it's something you're interested in, obviously you can go ahead and click on the links beneath the video, and that'll redirect you to, either Carbon or Bovada, which are two of my favorite sites that I wager on. So I primarily play poker, but once in a while I do sports bet, and I always use the same system. So for my system, I always bet on the favorites, and it always has to do with a certain percentage of my bankroll, and that depends on how big of a favorite they are. So you always want to manage your money. You want to make sure that you're not going over a certain percentage of your bankroll in any given wager. Just to, due to variance, things can happen, big upsets and whatnot. But basically, what I'm going to start with is, again, we're only picking the favorites. So for those of you who don't understand the numbers, positive means that they're an underdog, and negative means that they're the favorite. So basically, in this instance, if you bet on Utah Jazz, you'd only have to bet $100, and this would pay you $330 if you win. The opposite is true for the Milwaukee. If you bet on the Milwaukee Bucks, you'd actually have to wager $420 to just win $100. So, a sports book generally has 1/11th of an edge, which comes out to like 9.0909%. It's kind of understood that you get 10/11 for every $11 you wager in the sports book, you get $10 back in the long run. So using this Kelly criterion system, and I'm going to go over Kelly criterion briefly, we're going to be able to show you how to optimize your bets for the purposes of a long-term bankroll. So first, we're going to go to Kelly criterion and go over the probability theory, what it means, and so basically, this refers to a binary outcome where you either win or lose the bet. And then, they just kind of talk about, it's used to determine the optimal size of a series of bets in most gambling scenarios and some investing scenarios. Under simplifying assumptions, Kelly's strategy will do better than essentially any different strategy in the long run. And it has been demonstrated. So, and it's, again, the most famous people with the most amount of money, like Warren Buffett. They're used, or they're known for using this in their investments, this kind of strategy. So what it talks about, basically, I'm going to simplify it real quick for you. If you know somebody is a 60% favorite to win a game, again, in a real world application, that's impossible to know the actual odds, but with the money lines, you can, Vegas usually doesn't get their numbers wrong. They've built huge casinos off of having their numbers correct. So always follow the Vegas lines. But say somebody's a 60% favorite to win. That means the other team, is 40%. What you do is you would do 60. You'd always bet on the favorite, never the underdog. And you would bet 60 minus 40, which is 20. So that means you bet 20% of your bankroll when somebody is a 60% favorite to win a game. Again, say somebody is a 90% favorite to win a game and 10% to lose. All you do is 90 minus 10%, which is 80. So when someone's 90% to win, you would bet 80% of your bankroll. That is doing full Kelly. Okay, what you want to do in my system, I'm only doing half Kelly because, again, we don't want to overextend ourselves. It can be very stressful to play full Kelly. So I'm going to go over now how to convert the negatives. See how it says negative 230 or negative 300. I'm going to go over the percentages, what the implied percentages are based on these numbers. So when somebody is, for example, I guess we'll do the Portland Trailblazers. When they're negative 300, basically you have to wager 300 to win $100. This means that the Portland Trailblazers are 75% to win based on the implied odds. How I get 75%? Basically what you do is all you do is add 100 onto the denominator. So you do 300 divided by 300 plus 100, or 300 divided by 400. to get what their actual percentages to win based on what the odds are here. So they're saying that Portland Trailblazers are 75%. They'll win 3 out of 4 times. And so, again, based on that, what we would say is you should bet half of your bankroll in this particular spot, right? 75% to win, minus 25% to lose, would say you would bet 50% of your bankroll in this spot. However, like I told you guys, you never want to go over certain percentage. So I do half Kelly. So in this particular game, if I wanted to bet on this game, I would bet 1/4 of my bankroll on this game. And that's the maximum that I'll go. Anything more than 25% is just really risky. So, generally this is going to be the highest I go is negative 300. Now, let's just say for the Milwaukee Bucks, negative 420. You have to wager $420 to win 100. What's that saying? You do 420 divided by 520, and basically the odds here are saying that they're an 80.77% chance for them to win tonight. So anyway, that's just how you calculate it. And then in that instance, the 80.77, that leaves 19.23% for them to lose. So you do 80.77 minus 19.23, and then that would tell us to risk 61.54% of our bankroll. But again, we're going through by half Kelly. So using my formula, you would only bet 30.77% of your bankroll in this spot. But again, that doesn't meet my requirement. Like I said, the maximum I allow in my system is 25% for any given wager, and that's just to protect you. So anyway, and then here, San Antonio, I think you can start doing the numbers by now. Basically, negative 230. So what you do is 230 divided by 330. That would tell you that San Antonio is a 69.69% favorite to win. And then, basically we would bet about, full Kelly would tell you that, it's like 40% of your bankroll you should bet here. Let me see, 69.69 minus 0.31. Yeah, so about 40% of your bankroll. It looks like it's 39%. And then, like I said, we do half Kelly. So I would bet 1/5 of my bankroll on the San Antonio Spurs, given my betting system. Again, it's not foolproof, and of course you can lose. I've gone ahead and posted links to both Carbon and Bovada. I play on them. I'm a U.S. player, and I know that the cash outs are super quick. They take 2 to 7 business days, and they're through FedEx usually. Sometimes it'll come through DHL, but usually it's FedEx. The minimum check amount is $50, and the maximum amount is $3,000. And then it comes like clockwork. So again, you can test the system out with theoretically if you want to keep track. Without wagering any money, I recommend doing that just to give it a test run. But this is basically my system, and if you guys have any questions, feel free to comment below. Good luck, and talk to you later.